Okay, we're circling back. We talked to you in the spring of 2019. At that point in time, you had 1,800 vines from which you were making wine in Smiths
Yes.
Grove, Kentucky. Now, how many vines do you have?
So we are now up to 2,500 vines. So we just planted a couple hundred more this spring. It's going to take them about 3 years to produce their first crop, but we're expanding slowly, and it's a lot of fun. We had a pretty rough spring with all the frost, but they're still alive and they're looking productive.
So
Yes.
a lot of people might be watching this and go, Kentucky makes good wine? Is the soil conducive to wine?
So the soil is actually, we're up on top of Mammoth Cave right here. And so it's actually a little tough to dig the holes and plant the grapes. But because the soil is so rocky and there's a bunch of limestone in there, it forces the roots of that vine to dig down into that limestone rock in search of nutrients and water. So because it forces the vines to really work harder, they produce a better crop. It's kind of like with our kids. If we force them to work harder at what they're working on, they end up with a better result. So
what kind of grapes are we talking about?
we have about 14 different varieties of grapes, anywhere from Concord and Cabernet Franc and Chambourcin from the reds to, on our whites, we have Treminette, Vidal Blanc, Chardonnay, which is a cousin of the Chardonnay. So
You have a special designation through the state of Kentucky. It's called Homegrown for Heroes. So that's
right.
open to veterans and active duty military?
Yes, I think it's as long as you're a veteran and 75% of what you produce comes from your own farm, you can be classified as homegrown by heroes. There are a couple of us here in Kentucky that have that designation, and we're just proud to continue that tradition. It seems like there are quite a few former military folks that go into farming and agritourism.
So it really does, having this designation, which falls under the Kentucky Proud umbrella, does that help sell your product?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And we try to make that front and center. When we go to the farmer's market in Bowling Green or Glasgow, we have a banner that goes on the front of our table that has the Homegrown by Heroes logo. And so we're very proud of it. There's one or two other vendors that will typically do that as well. So we try to highlight it as much as we can.
So Drew, when we talked to you a year ago, we asked you who you'd like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with. Has that changed?
Maybe. I don't know. Having this vineyard here, we get to meet new folks every day. So we meet a lot of folks that live here locally, but also a lot of folks from out of state. People that are coming to visit Mammoth Cave, but also there's a thing called Harvest Host, where folks with an RV or a camper can come by and stay at a vineyard or an orchard. And it's really neat to just meet their families. And we met somebody from the East Coast just the other day who's never seen a lightning bug or a fire, whatever we call them.
Wow.
And just seeing their kids' faces light up to see a lightning bug for the first time, it's really something special. So may not be sitting down and having coffee with them, but still just getting to meet folks that you wouldn't otherwise have been able to meet. It's a real pleasure.
And sharing their stories. Here's to fireflies and lightning bugs.
Absolutely.
Drew Rogers, thank you. Thanks for cheers. Thanks for joining us.